Hey guys, welcome to the Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkoviak. Today we're going to talk about a new pack that I have. I'm wearing it actually. I'm going to show it to you in a second, but kind of give you the idea. I use two types of packs when I'm hunting out there. One of them is if I am on an out-of-state hunt, where if I kill an animal, I'm going to need to pack that animal and my stands and my sticks and all my gear out, such as when I go to Indiana, Kansas, Missouri, Ohio. It doesn't matter where I'm going. If I'm there on a hunting trip and I have multiple tags in my pocket, I need to be able to use a frame pack to get that animal out of the woods. I have to bone them out before I bring them back to Michigan anyway, and there's no sense in dragging an animal and fighting with that and going through it and then processing in a camp. I'd rather process them right where they fall, have the game bags loaded into my pack, and then carry them out that way. It's a lot easier. For those hunts, you guys have seen the reviews. If you haven't, I got them out there. My Exo Mountain, this is my K2000 pack. This is a frame pack. This is the frame. The pack bag is actually separate. I can pop this out and put meat between it. Done reviews on it. I love this pack. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Best frame pack I've ever used. Now, I haven't used all of them out there, but this is the best one I've ever used, and I rave about it all the time. Incredible, lightweight, super durable pack. The other type of pack I use is for my Michigan hunting in places where I'm not worried about filling multiple tags in a few days. Where I'm going to go out and I'm going to hunt, and then if I kill an animal, I can go back and drop my stuff off at my truck, grab my jet sled, go back, grab that deer, and then drag it out on a jet sled, process it at home. For that, I want more of what we call a day pack, a non-external frame pack, where this one, like I said, has that external frame, a titanium external frame on there, and I can load sling that bag off of it. I've been using, for the last 3 years or so, this Kuiu 1850 Icon Pro. It's a great pack, awesome pack. Served me very well. It's probably, I don't have a frame on this one. This is just their suspension and hip belt. But in my opinion, in this configuration, is what you call the ultimate day pack. It's been fantastic. Now, this setup here, I'm really happy with. I have no complaints about, and I love it. I won't change this. I straight up love it. This one, phenomenal. Wish it was just a titch bigger, and I got a couple things on there that I wanted changed a little bit, and well, so I started looking, doing some research. Found a few packs that fit my bill. Few, actually, believe it or not, very few out there that actually did what I wanted to. One of them was the Kafaru. Kafaru makes a new one they just came out with called the Shape Charge, and it is more of a day pack type configuration like this as well too. Awesome pack. Couple things that I didn't, that weren't there that I wish were there. That and the price kind of changed my mind. It was quite a bit more than what these are. But it's an awesome pack, fantastic pack. I was torn between that one and the one I got, and I'll show you that one here in a second. But awesome packs. Not a lot of great options out there for a high quality, ultra lightweight. These are, these packs. For me to have a pack, any pack, especially a day pack without a frame on it, it better be under 4 pounds. I mean, seriously, anything over 4 pounds with the technology today is pointless. There's no reason to make a day pack that's going to be more than 4 pounds. Heck, I think this pack here, if I'm not mistaken, only weighs 4 pounds. And that's got a full titanium frame on it. So again, there's certain things that I will and won't tolerate in a pack, especially in a day pack type configuration. So that kind of shows you the two that I've been using for years. Love both of them. They're incredible. The new one I'm actually wearing right now on my back. I'll set these aside right here for you, and as you can see right here, this is how I carry my sticks and my stand. This is how it goes in. The reason it's still set up this way, I got this pack a few days ago, and I've been hiking with it like crazy. We got a lot of snow here, northern Michigan, but I've been out doing 2 and 3 mile walks with this same exact setup for exercise purposes here through my subdivision, but I've been carrying it exactly as you see it. My sticks, my stands on that pack, no real crazy movement. I can go anywhere I want, as you can see, just like I like. Nothing sticking up too high behind me. It's a perfect setup. So for day hunts, when I'm going in here, like I said, if I'm not packing animals out, this is the way I want to go. When I'm packing animals out, I do the same exact type setup, but I do it on an Exo pack. Because then when I kill an animal, I can load sling that out and put all that meat in there too. But for everyday hunting pack, if you're not packing meat out, everything else you're going to do, this pack here I'm really excited about. It's also made by Kuiu. I will show it to you here. It's a new pack that they've come out with. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm just stoked about it. And like I said, for the last few days, I've been loving it and really enjoying it. So I'm going to set the camera here. I'll actually pop it off, set it on the table, break it down, and kind of show you. So I think you can still see it from here. But this is the Kuiu Venture 2300 pack. And same setup, like I said, is what my 1850 is. Same setup as that. I use the compression straps that are on here to hold my stand on. And you saw how tight this sticks and stand were held on this. The only thing holding it are these two buckles. I pop those two buckles. This whole assembly comes right off. Sticks, stand, my whole kit, one sweet little setup right there. Nice and easy. Set that out of the way. And we have the pack. Now this right here is Kuiu's Venture 2300 pack. It is a dedicated day pack. There is no frame on this, which I'll explain to you in a minute, but it is dedicated. There is an internal frame, kind of a, I didn't even take it out to look at it, but I'm assuming it's some kind of a poly sheet with some sorts of stays in them. I can actually feel the stays, but it does have an internal frame sheet in there that gives that rigidity, which is what you're basically looking for. Now, comparison size-wise, you can see I still have my tag on there. Yes, I've been leaving it on there like that because I've been using it for the last 2 days, hiking it like crazy, and if I didn't like it, I wanted the option to return it. So I actually left the tag on it. But that will come off. I am keeping this pack. It is not going anywhere. I straight up love it. But now, comparing this to the Icon Pro 1850 that I've been using, you can see height-wise, they're about identical. Okay, 1850 cubic inches, 2300 cubic inches. Popped out, when you expand them out, this one here does come out just a little bit further, not a lot. If I loosen up these compression straps a little bit on there, she does come out a little bit, okay, a little bit more, but you can see that that's not very thick of a pack. That doesn't come away from your body too super far, but it adds that extra room in there. Now, when you look at the back of these, the Icon Pro, one of my complaints on this is it's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. The suspension system on this, incredible. It's almost overkill. It's designed for their frame pack and carrying heavy loads. But they offered it as a suspension system that you could put on this bag, on this when you not run that. The hip belt is super, super stiff. Great hip belt. Works incredible, but it's way overkill for what we need in a day pack type setup. Same with the suspension or the shoulder straps, little overkill. Fantastic and comfortable. My only complaint about it is that the super stiff hip belt kind of gets to be a pain when you're pulling it up and down a tree. Not a major buzzkill, but it was something to notice. I mean, if you see, look at this thing. I mean, you can't even get it to lay. See how stiff that is? That hip belt. It's a pretty stiff hip belt, but again, very comfortable. The downside to this setup, if you look closely on here, which maybe I can bring you in and show you a little better here, but on mine, I have had to tie, notice my load adjusters right here, how I had to tie those on there. Those are tied in a knot. The reason for that is the way this Icon Pro system works is right here there's a T bolt. It's kind of a T shape, and it goes into this little slot that's in there, and it goes in and twists sideways to hold it. It's just fabric cloth there with a little bit of plastic in there, whatever it is, but point being, the first 2 years it was fantastic and it served me very well and I never had a problem. After this year, I noticed that this one on this side, as I would grab that pack to pick it up with that stand on there and go to sling it, every probably 4 or 5 hunts that thing would pop out of there. It would just, that T thing, that T slot that's in there, which is designed to go into their carbon frame, which is notched for it to go in and twist and lock. On the bag, it's just a slot that it goes into, and you can't control it. You'd have to look at it to see it. I'm not taking it apart because they're a pain in the butt to put together. Well, it would pop out on me this year a few times. So finally what I did is I tied my load adjusters in a knot so that I couldn't accidentally loosen them enough to where I would pop that thing off. So I didn't want any pressure on them. Still works like a champ. Still a fantastic pack. Still very comfortable as a day pack. It does everything we want it to without any problems. But it was kind of some of the things that made me wonder and look for something else. Little bit bigger size for when I'm doing some of my trips and I'm carrying a lot of winter bulky clothes. I don't carry a lot of gear. There's not a lot of gear in here, but there is quite a bit of clothing, and my harness and everything else is all in here. I like it in my pack. So I wanted a little more room than this had, and I wanted something that fixed that. Now I could probably call Kuiu if I wanted to, and they'd probably send me a new one, or I could buy a new one. The beautiful thing about Kuiu is all these parts are interchangeable, okay? Or replaceable, I should say is a better way to say it. You can replace these components. They're very good at that kind of stuff. So I probably could have fixed that if I wanted to, but I wanted to, like I said, I was checking things out. So the 1850 Icon Pro, awesome pack. Loved it. Used it for the last couple of years. Fantastic. Actually 3 years. Best day pack I've ever owned. Now this one, this Kuiu here, this Venture, what's really nice about this setup is it's very similar in concept. Very, very, very similar. Basically the same thing, like I said, it's dedicated. Now the hip belt is removable. You can actually take this hip belt out if you don't want it. The shoulder straps and suspension are actually built into the bag. Okay, so I don't have that issue where those are ever going to pop out or come apart on me again. So that solves that issue for me. Plus it has the bigger size, which I really like. And that makes it fantastic. Otherwise, it is basically the same type of setup and configuration as the 1850 is. Same thing, 500 Cordura nylon, ultra tough, but you know, just super durable. It comes with the compression strap system is pretty sweet on this new one. When you're carrying stands, one of the things that can happen is the platform can start to chew on your straps a little bit. Not too often. On my other one here, on both of these, on the EXO, it's back in the frame, but you'll notice on mine, I put here, on mine, I put this piece of sliding, this is tubular webbing. It's kind of a guard. I just put it on here. It's 1-inch tubular webbing, but that way wherever I put this around my stand, I could actually put this as a guard, as a fray guard, wherever I had that stand touching this. They worked fantastic and protected it well because these are all one part in here. On this one, what they've done is given you two different options in here. You have the compression straps on the side that then meet together right here at this joint. These are actually removable. If you didn't want them, you can hit the little K-clip they give you on here like this and actually take these right off of it. You could also take this one from here, stretch this out if you want to undo that, and that one you just swip the buckles around to a male and a female, and you could actually run this compression strap on this side. Again, mine are tied down, but run them together by changing that buckle from one of them buckles. So you could have it where it compresses everything at once or run it like they do. It's a nice feature. I really like it, especially if something were to happen and I were to rip this, which they have really well gusseted and reinforced in here, so I don't ever see it happening. But if something were and I were to rip this off, I could very simply swap that buckle and I could run this whole thing all the way around and still have that feature. I really like the thought process they put into that. Putting it back together, very simple. Put it back in there, clip it, and it's done. And that's all there is to it. So they do give you that on both the top and the bottom compression strap. That's a fantastic feature, really good. The pockets on here, you have a huge, super big, super spacious top pocket. This is important for me because before I grab my stand, before I grab anything with my stand and everything on here, I need to access this pocket. This is where I have my haul line, this is where I have my headlamp, all my stuff, my arm guard, all that kind of stuff stays right here in this pocket. So I need that access. That's an important pocket to have right there. The front pocket is also really nice too. I put my hat, my gloves, I have my mini tripod in here, I have my saws in here, I have all my stuff. It's again very fast and easy to get to. I don't have to go inside the pack and hunt around to find that stuff. These are things that I need on every single hunt. Real quick, real easy, real access. I reach in there, I got it, my saw's right there. All this stuff is just super simple to get to. If I'm in the tree and I start to get cold and I want a hat, I open this up, I reach in, I grab my hat, I pull it out. If I need a neck warmer, I got a neck warmer in there. All this stuff is easy to get to. So for me, I like that. Now this pocket too also goes all the way up into here, all the way up to here where my finger is. So it goes the whole length up in here and it goes all the way down. A lot of room in this pocket, tremendous amount of room in there. If you were to carry this bag and use it for a carry-on as well too, you can also fit the buckles through the latches to lock that so nobody, while it's on your back, can actually undo the zippers and get into something. Kind of a nice feature, you know, if you were using it on an airplane or carry-on or something like that. I like that setup. So it almost locks that, so nobody could actually sneak into that while you're carrying it or if they're behind you. So those are your two main outer pockets. You got two water bottle pockets on the side, which are pretty generous on here. Pretty standard, you know, just bungee kind of loaded, you know, simple, you know, pockets for water. This one I carry, I got some gloves and some stuff in there. But then the inside of this, you have one other neat feature. they do give you an option right here to be able to run your water bladder hose up, and it's a zipper. It's not just an open pocket that's going to always have water and crap falling through it. It's a zipper pocket. So if you don't want to use it, which I don't ever use a bladder, it zips shut and stays closed. This feature here was a huge feature for me to go with this one versus going with one of the Kuiu one. This handle. Okay, a handle on the back of the pack right here. Now the Kuiu one at Shape Charge is awesome, and it does have a handle on the top right here on this pocket right like that. Downside to that is if you have that hanging in a tree from that pocket, I can't get into the bag very well to get anything I want out of there. Lunch, anything I need in there. I want that handle right here. Plus then I can hook my carabiner right on there. I can lock on it, bring it up. When I'm putting this on, when I'm taking this off of my pack, when it's on my shoulders and I pop it off with my stand on, there's a lot of weight with that stand there. I like to reach back and grab that handle, and then I can slide out and set it down. So I like that handle being there. It is on this one. The Kuiu had a couple of tags like this on here, the Kuiu, where you could probably put a rope or something on there to do that. But I liked how it was already included on this pack here, this setup. The side compression straps I already told you about, pop that off. Then the inside of this, you have, and I already, like I said, I got it set up with how I hunt, so I've been carrying it for the last couple days. But you have in here, you have 2 mesh pockets on the inside here. Oh, I should also mention inside of this one, right here, on the inside of this pocket, there is another mesh pocket back here in the back, right here, that zips open, which is awesome. That's where I put my tags, that's where I have my flashlight, all kinds of stuff that's just tucked away in there handy. So you got another pocket on the inside of this one also. Then here, you have a pocket here on the top, which is pretty deep. That's this whole entire thing right here, this whole mesh pocket for all kinds of goodies. This mesh pocket here, I could undo these buckles here for you and open it all the way up. But the mesh pocket here goes all the way down. This one right here just drops all the way down in there and goes all the way down to the bottom of that. So it's a huge pocket. I got all kinds of stuff, my Havlon, my stuff, my toilet paper, survival kit, all the, everything I need is in that one. So it gives you a lot of options in there. I got a ton of stuff that fits in here. You can see how much room I still have in this pack, which is so nice for more clothes. I have my binoculars that I carry with me everywhere, my vest. Reason I carry my clothes inside of my pack is I do not want them filled with burrs. I cannot stand burrs. They're a nightmare to deal with. So I carry my vest in there. I have my harness right here that sits inside of there too as well. I also have my lineman belt that I use all the time that is in there. And I have a waterproof rain hat, Frog Togs rain hat, and I got an extra pair of gloves. And a neck warmer inside of there as well too, in case I get wet and got to dry them out. So that just kind of always rides in there. But there's a lot of room inside of here. Pocket for your water bladder, where I put my cable ties and all my stuff in. And then the frame inside of here is under this Velcro sleeve, this sheet. And it is a plastic poly sheet with some kind of sewn in stays. But what's nice is it is replaceable. If something were to happen somehow, or something, especially like on planes or something like that, if that were to bend or snap or break, you can replace that. A lot of packs have that stuff sewn right in, so you don't have that option. Having the option to replace that, that's a gold mine thing. Sometimes you drop pack out of a tree. Not often, but you'll hook it on a branch, the branch breaks, whatever the case is. This thing goes flying down to the bottom, and if something were to happen and break that, it's nice to know it's replaceable. So I love the setup on here. Sweet, simple, and easy. Works perfect for what I wanted to do with the tree stands. I love Kuiu zippers. They work really well all the time. They don't give you any fits. They're real easy to zip up and down and close. Just a fantastic pack. Now the other nice thing too, versus the Icon, with the Icon, I don't have any hip belt pockets on here. I have to pay for those extra as something separate. When I got my Exo pack, I bought an extra hip pocket. I like having that hip pocket on there. So it's one of those things that are definitely a bonus, but they also cost extra money. With the Kuiu, with this Venture 2300, you have a hip pouch or hip pocket on each side. What also is nice, if you actually wanted to run a firearm there, a handgun, they have this tab here and this tab right back here, and you can actually, they sell an adapter that's really cheap. I think it's like $7 or $8 that goes across here and wraps right across and hides that pocket. And it's a belt that will go right through and let you hook a holster right onto this, so you can still carry it right over top of that pocket. But I love the fact that they give you 2 pockets on each side. They are good size pockets. For example, in this one, in this pocket right here, I have a my full size Garmin 64 GPS. I mean, look at the size of that thing. It's not a little GPS unit, and it fits perfectly right inside of this pocket with plenty of room to spare. And then that's always now right there on my hip, easy to get to, which makes it really nice. So that kind of goes to show it to you right there. Price-wise, very affordable. Like I want to say, when I bought it, it was $50 off of Kuiu stuff, and then it was free shipping. So I want to say I was right at just a hair under $200 for this pack. You can't beat that price. The Kafaru, that shape charge, which I said looks like an incredible pack, and I'm not saying I'm not going to buy it. I might buy it just because I want to. But that one I think is pushing $350 before shipping, or $365, or I don't remember, somewhere in that $350 range. This is, like I said, under $200. And it's a heck of a pack. I mean, this is an incredible day pack, which is what I want. I have a frame pack. I have a frame pack that'll carry more load, more weight in it than I can carry, that's built better than anything I've ever used. That Exo mountain pack is incredible for what I intend to use it for. But it's overkill for 90% of my local hunting. In my local hunting, I just want a quality day pack that has got compression straps to go around this thing so that I can mount a stand on it, a couple of good external pockets so it's easy to keep my all-the-time gear in and out, and the pockets a range where I can still carry a stand on there, a couple water bottle pockets, and I gotta have, you know, good suspension system and hip belt, and I gotta have that handle on the back. You know, I'm not asking for a ton of stuff, and it's gotta be under 4 pounds, and believe it or not, there's very few people out there that make one. I mean, very, very few. It's almost impossible to find a good quality day pack. Kuiu, I love the first one I got, that 1850. Straight up still love it. This one here, now that they just started offering these with the combined suspension system, you don't have to add it as an add-on like that, where it's all part of one unit. Love this bag. They also make it in an 1800 model. The 1800 model uses 300 Cordura, so it's a little thinner. This is, Icon Pro, same kind of stuff as this is on here with the 500. I think the 23 you're getting a little bit more pack for, and I like the extra space. 1800 is a great pack, don't get me wrong. This 23 just gives you more space and kind of takes it to a next level kind of thing. But I straight up love this. This is a Kuiu Venture 2300. I will have a link down below. No, I did not get any deals or breaks or anything from Kuiu. They don't even know who I am. I paid for it just like everybody else does. And the links don't make me anything either. Like I said, this stuff just because I love it so much, I'm putting it out there for you. But definitely check it out if you're looking for a new day pack. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to put it through its test. Like I said, I've only got a couple of days of walking it, but I mean, I've done about 6.5 miles now with a stand on the back of this thing fully loaded, walking everywhere, and it's just as comfortable as any of the other ones I'm carrying. Works like a champ, does exactly what I want it to. Lightweight, tough as nails, perfect pocket configuration, carries my stands well. I'm happy. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.